Hi, Leo. This is a general reading for the sign of Leo. If you have Leo anywhere in your birth chart, this is your reading. It is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. You know what is for you and what is not for you. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Leo. What is it that you would like Leo to know or to be aware of for this reading or during this reading? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Leo. Thank you. Leo, a little bit about how these readings work. If we're looking at this top row, that top row is your public life, your home life, your public life, your professional life. How you put yourself out into the universe, what you do for work, how you generate finances, career, business. And then the second row is your private life, your home life. What it is that is going around you or surrounding you in your home life. Family, friends, husbands, wives, potential partners usually will show up right there in your private life, in your home life. And then the third row is messages, final thoughts, final messages from Spirit. And many times we will find that this third row really brings together your entire reading. And the foundation, the basis of your reading is judgment. And this is the judgment that is meant to happen. Judgment that was destined to happen. The spiritual judgment. And that is driven by the moon card. The moon card many times deals with parts of our shadow self, or it could be speaking to the lunar eclipse that we are in the energy of at the time of this reading. And the lunar eclipse is a time that parts of our shadow selves are revealed. The part of our shadow self that it is time to let go of. And let's see how that plays in to the rest of your cards here this week, Leo. And we start off with the Four of Swords, which is really, if we look at what that person is doing there on the altar, is really deep thought, deep contemplation. And that is followed by the gift of knowledge, the gift of wisdom, words, powerful words, driven by, are followed by the Death card. These are two very powerfully driven cards here for you, Leo. The Death card doesn't always speak of death or an ending. Many times I will call this my lack of color, my lack of luster. Things not being as they should have been or as we feel that they should be. And then we have the Queen of Swords, confusion ending, cutting ties with what is no longer serving us. And let's go back to that moon card, Leo. Leos are ruled by the sun. And when we're looking at the solar eclipse, that moon is really trying to block out or hinder the brightness of the sun. And that will really disrupt the Leo. And I believe you're experiencing that to a certain degree, a certain extent. But this solar eclipse is happening in the sign of Aries, which is a fellow fire sign. And so Leo and Aries are fire signs. And so while you may experience the lackluster during the energy of the solar eclipse, the positive side of that, the flip side of that coin, is that because it is happening in Aries, you can expect to hear good news. And you can expect to hear good news that involves love or money. The part of your shadow self that is going to be revealed will work out in your favor. So while none of us like to look at those aspects of our shadow self, by looking at that and managing that and overcoming that, it is good and positive. So whatever part of your shadow self that is being open to the public, know that is going to work out in your favor. And then we have the Page of Wands. Moving forward, following our passion, following our heart's desires. A guardedness, a balance, a protectiveness. Tender heart. Tender heart. Couples, relationships, togetherness. You are on the move. I don't know if it is with travel or if it's with a new home or maybe even a new career that requires you to move, a new career that requires travel. But this situation is one where the pace of time is one. The illusion of time is either going to speed up or slow down. It's like this change, this move, this travel distorts time. That time seems to change. That whether this time is speeding up or slowing down, it is up to you to embrace that change. I believe that you are ready for this change. You are ready for this move. You are ready for this perceived time warp. I'm just getting time warp, but that you are ready for this change. Perhaps the person or people involved are not ready for this change. It is important that you embrace this change. It is time for this change. And that is followed by the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune really does remind us that while we may not be able to control how the wheel spins or where the wheel will land, what we can control is our perspective of the wheel spin. That if we put a positive energy, a positive spin on the outcome of the wheel spin, that is what we will get. If we put a negative energy, a negative aspect on that wheel spin, that is what we will receive. And that is followed by the Justice card, which is, we have two karmic cards here. What we put out is what we receive. Looking back over our shoulder and being guarded and being protective. I think that you may be feeling a little bit annoyed and that you have bottled up some energy that you don't know what to do with. What's important here is that you recognize that this is a result of the energy that the solar eclipse is creating. And to use that energy, to shift that energy into one that will allow you to change or make changes to your environment that you would like to make. And that is the message that I have for the sign of Leo. Thank you, Leo. You have a blessed week.